Hey, welcome back to the Beast Game Podcast. This is a review for 47 Meters Down. It's written and directed by Johan Roberts, and also written by Ernest Riera. It stars Mandy Moore as Lisa, and Claire Holt as Kate. And the synopsis is, two sisters vacationing in Mexico are trapped in a shark cage at the bottom of the ocean. With less than an hour of oxygen left, and great white sharks circling nearby, they must fight to survive. So in short, we get some shots of water. There's a shot that leads up to the surface, which turns out to be a pool. Lisa, Mandy Moore's character, is going through a breakup, and they decided to go on a trip to Mexico, which is where they're at when the story starts, and decide to just party the night away. Eventually, they meet some guys that they are interested in, and then the guys start talking about scuba and shark diving. And they convince Lisa and Kate to go shark diving. So Kate agrees, but Lisa is reluctant. But eventually she's convinced that because she had just came out of a breakup, that she should do something wild and forget about the person that she broke up with. They go out on a boat. They lie to the boat captain about having scuba dived before. Again, Lisa's really reluctant. Kate convinces her to continue wanting to go on this dive. They get into the shark cage, Lisa and Kate, and at first they enjoy the dive, but then things start going wrong, and that's where we'll stop. So the movie has a weak beginning. It moves quickly, but it kind of serves a purpose. The movie tries to build a lot of tension with the camera angles. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. At least early on, saw a lot of good use of color grading. After that initial part where they go on the dive, things start going downhill for this movie. There's a lot of overacting. The acting is very similar to a video game cutscene. Most of the dialogue seems like it's being directly read from a script at a script reading rather than an actual film. Lisa's freakouts and constant whining started to get on my nerves because it goes on for the whole movie. The movie's only about an hour and a half. And from 5 minutes in until the end of the movie, there's nothing but constant whining from Lisa. Again, with another element of the story, a lot of it is telegraphed and it's not suspenseful. There's a slow period in the movie that's too slow. The movie's not compelling. Kate is too pushy for every decision that has to go on in this movie. And then there's other aspects where they are not knowledgeable about scuba diving, but then become experts. Also, the diving aspect didn't seem sensible to me from a safety standpoint. You have to watch the movie to figure it out. So for that, this movie gets a 4.5. A movie from 2016, The Shallows, which also deals with sharks, is a great film. I believe I gave it an 8.5 personally. The bulk of that movie, it's a single character acting against themselves, acting against nature. And it is very successful as far as camera work, story, acting. Great movie. You also have another movie that deals with sharks, Jaws, which is also a great movie that builds suspense. And at least for a lot of camera work is concerned, that movie had established a lot of those elements that you might see into this movie. This movie tries to play off of all that, but it is not successful. I was really interested in seeing this movie. It has gotten a lot of buzz, but the flaws are too great, and it is very disappointing. And that's the Beast Game Podcast. You can find more of our podcasts at beastgame.com, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Twitter, and YouTube. If you'd like to submit a reader comment or question, you can do so at submissions@beastgame.email.